Grow your cleaning business. Make more money. Have more time. This is the Profit Cleaners Podcast with your hosts, Brandon Condry and Brandon Shane.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Profit Cleaners, the only place where you can learn from the top 1% of cleaning business owners from around the world to take it to the next level and win. Guys, this is kind of an impromptu episode. I'm actually recording this in my car, and I just got back from a very long trip up in the mountains, and I want to share with you guys some changes that have been happening in my life and what's been going on, and just some things I've been pondering. Literally took the last 30 days. I was in Texas. We were looking at new markets over there, and I just basically with my family for the last 30 days. I've been traveling full time. I've been up in the mountains of Telluride and Ouray and all sorts of parts of Colorado, traveling around, living in a camper. Just total freedom. Still working. I have a Starlink. I have some internet connection. It's actually really fast, amazingly enough. But I just wanted to share with you guys some of what I've been learning and kind of getting back to the whole point of why we started businesses in the first place and why you probably started a business, which is freedom and all the good things that come with having money and all the problems that it solves. But I wanted to get back to some of that. So some of you have been asking, why I look so scruffy lately. I've been growing out my beard. I haven't shaved in a month. That's why. It's because I've been traveling full time. Been taking a little time off, and actually planning on doing this for quite a while, maybe the next few months with my family. But yeah, just been kind of off doing my own thing, and I love traveling, so this is something we've been talking about doing for years. But I've got my wife, my 4 kids. We're currently road schooling the kids, unschooling them, as some people call it, and as we know, the school systems are very broken. And so yeah, we've been doing that, teaching them a lot of real life stuff. It's amazing what kids learn when you're traveling, so that's been really fun. But like I said, we've been up in Colorado a bunch. We drove through New Mexico, Colorado, all over the place, and I'm back at my office in New Mexico. I'm back at the headquarters of Sandia Green Clean. I'm recording. Brandon and I just finished some meetings today, and but yeah, I'm getting ready to head back on the road, and I just wanted to share with you guys kind of what I've been learning. And how cool it's been to just be able to take some time, which I know a lot of you, that's probably why you started businesses in the first place, was freedom and being able to get that time back and have that, so I just want to share kind of like some encouraging thoughts as well on if you guys just keep going, this is what's possible and how you can get there and what to expect when you get there. But just, from a personal perspective, it's just been awesome. Like the last month or so, been outside every day, going to farmers markets, getting fresh local food, cooking outside. I got this really cool outdoor barbecue oven that I use next to my camper. Been jumping in ice cold rivers up in Telluride and different parts of Colorado, going in the hot springs, celebrating my kids' birthdays. They were taking these really awesome art classes up in Telluride, in an art camp, summer camp type thing. So it's been a total blast, right? And kind of part of all this came in a transition as we were looking at expanding out in Texas. We just decided not to get a house right away with the market conditions and everything as it was, and decided to do this instead. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the adventure. I think a cool part of this is as we travel, we are going to, as we drop into different cities and towns, kind of give you kind of like a market analysis of what it would be like to start a cleaning business in certain towns, or what we would look for. So we'll kind of try to integrate that into the show. Maybe we'll do like a Road Warriors version of Profit Cleaners and just drop in little notes with you guys. But while I've been kind of like taking some of this time, I was listening to a lot of Jim Rohn and reading some of his books and listening to some of his books on audio. And Jim Rohn is a big inspiration to me, so I'm going to drop you guys some quotes on this podcast and just inspire you guys, encourage you guys. But something that kept coming up while I was on our trip was one of the quotes that Jim Rohn, one of my favorite quotes from Jim Rohn, was this quote right here. He says, "Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom." Okay, and I thought that quote is just amazing. A lot of times as an entrepreneur, we get caught up on, why can't this just be easier? Why can't there be less problems? Why can't there be less challenges? But really, guys, that quote just hits me in the face every time I read it. I'm like, wish you were better. Wish you had more skills. Wish for more wisdom, right? Go seek it out. So I wanted to encourage you guys with that. With that quote, I'm going to drop a few more Jim Rohn quotes just because I'm on a Jim Rohn frenzy right now. But like I said, this goes back to why I got into business in the first place. Not just being able to travel, obviously, but having that freedom, right? And kind of shifting that mindset of being an employee to owning your own business. This is another quote from Jim Rohn. He says, "Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living. Profits make you a fortune." Right? Kind of like formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Same idea, right? And so that's why we started businesses, guys, because profits will make you a fortune. And truly, a lot of us, when I talk to a lot of you guys and hear a lot of, get what you guys say in your emails or when we hop on the phone and coaching calls, I think a lot of why we got into business in the first place is freedom, right? Financial freedom, the freedom of having your time back, owning a business. And guys, remember, it's not just about the end result. It's not just the destination, which there really isn't a destination in business. It's always, you're constantly making progress on the journey, right? But really, it's what you become is more important than what you get. Okay, what you become is more important than what you get. In the journey of being an entrepreneur, I want you guys to remember that. And I know for some of you, it still seems really far away. Maybe you guys, some of you are newer in business. I've been doing businesses for the last 20 years of my life, so it's a little more natural for me to feel uncomfortable and feel what it feels like to be an entrepreneur. But I know for some of you, it still feels pretty far out. Some of you are just getting going. And I want to encourage you guys to keep going and keep being relentless and keep being persistent, because it will pay off. If you put in the work, it's going to pay off. You just got to be consistent. And so I'm here as living proof to show you guys, okay? I just took the last month traveling with my family, and the systems that we've put in place for this business, for Sandia Green Clean, for our cleaning business, have allowed me to have that time and that freedom to be with my family. So it is possible, guys, even with a local cleaning business, a local service business, you can do this, okay? So I want to encourage you. That's why we talk about putting systems in place. That's why we talk about setting up these systems and getting things in place so that your business can run itself. And that's really what it's all about. Even as much as you might still want to work and do stuff every day, focus on what you're the best at, right? And let other people do the rest and let your business run without you. So, let's see here. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. This is another quote that I wanted to write down from Jim Rohn, but it's really good. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. So again, guys, it's not rocket science. We say this all the time on the podcast, but it's literally doing the hard stuff day in, day out, doing it consistently until you start building those systems, until you start delegating and building your teams around you, right? So that's another good quote, another Jim Rohn quote I wanted to drop on you guys. And a good mentor of mine, he told me this years and years back, but he would used to always tell me, he would work really hard on building the businesses up front. He would say, work like hell to automate, and then you can relax. Then you can be lazy, if that's what you want to do. So, if you're like me, guys, I'm more of a visionary. I get really inspired in the beginning of stuff, and I have a lot more energy going into something, and I'm not as good at following through. But then you can relax a little bit more as you get going, right? You can start taking more time to spend with your family, right? Maybe not as much in the beginning, but if you work smart, not hard, you guys can. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you guys and inspire you guys to see. Naturally, I'm a lot more lazier than I might look. I like sleeping in. I like taking vacations. I don't like to work all the time. You don't have to be burning out all the time because you're all constantly working, constantly trying to do everything, right? And really, if we talk about like that book Clockwork, we like that book Clockwork a lot. If you guys haven't read it by Mike Michalowicz, go ahead and read that book Clockwork. But I've just been running kind of an experiment the last few weeks while I've been traveling and just seeing like how often does my team reach out to me? And it was actually only a couple times that my team needed me, and it was for really small things that it was like, well, they couldn't log into an account or something small, which is something that's easily fixed, that's easily, a system you can put in place so people can access everything. But anyways, guys, it was a fun experiment. I'm getting more and more to the point where the business is running itself. My position isn't integral in running the day-to-day operations, which is a lot nicer than having to do everything all the time. So that's the reason we do it, guys. So you get your time back, and so you can have a life too. And that's the whole point of being in business, right? If you want to be in business and play the game, you need to start thinking this way and remember that you own your business, and it's not the other way around. Okay, your business should work for you, and not the other way around. It's a system that's designed to make your life better ultimately, and your customers' lives better, right? So but anyways, guys, these are just a few of my thoughts. These are just some things I wanted to share with you as we're getting on the road and traveling more. We are going to be expanding into new markets soon with the cleaning business, so that's part of what I'm checking out as we're traveling. But we're going to be driving across the country, heading up north to Michigan here end of the month, early September, to see family for a wedding, and then probably down the eastern part of the United States, down to Florida. We might go west, I'm not sure yet, but I'll keep you guys updated. We'll drop in some podcasts here and there in different markets and just kind of share with you guys what we see in some of these different cities and towns if we were to expand, or just kind of criteria to show you guys what we look for, because we have a lot of people that reach out on the email and the podcast and just ask what kind of here's my town, what do you think, can I start a cleaning business here, things like that. So we'll do some fun podcasts like that. But like I said, we're still planning the launch of a new location, most likely in Texas. I'm not going to share the exact city location yet, but we pushed that project back just a few more months. It'll probably be early part of 2023 that we launched that new location. So we'll keep you guys updated. We've got a lot of other big expansion plans coming as well. But again, guys, just wanted to do a quick podcast, encourage you guys to get your systems and your structure in place. Structure equals freedom, guys. Those systems equal freedom. So set those systems up for your business. Stop cleaning if you're still cleaning. Start focusing on building these systems. Start focusing on growth, and keep going, guys. I promise if you put the work in, it's going to pan out on the other side. If you consistently keep putting the work in and don't give up, you're going to start seeing more results, and it's going to build over time. Just got to stick it out. Don't give up. This is a long-term journey that you guys have joined, being an entrepreneur. So if you guys got what it takes, you will win. You just got to be sticking it out long enough, seeking out, constantly getting better, constantly getting new skills, and constantly seeking out that wisdom, like we talked about that quote at the beginning of the podcast. So I'm going to leave you with two last Jim Rohn quotes, because I just love Jim Rohn and he's been inspiring me recently. So one of them is, don't spend major time on minor things. If you guys are wondering why you're still not growing to your goals or where you want to be, stop spending major time on minor things. Stop cleaning. Stop doing all the little things and trying to wear 9 or 10 different hats in your business. Start delegating. Start building your team. Start building those systems, okay? The next quote, I want to leave you guys with this one, because sometimes it's easy to quit early or burn out or wonder why you're not getting there. The stronger the why, the easier the how becomes. I'll say that one more time. The stronger the why, the easier the how becomes. So I want you guys to remember why you're doing this, why you're starting a business, why you are doing this at all. Is it to have more freedom, more time, more money, more fun? Whatever it is for you, figure out that why. And the stronger that why is, the stronger that reason is, the easier the how is going to become. You're going to figure it out. You're going to find ways to not make excuses. You're going to find ways to get it done and no excuses, and it's going to happen. So I just want to encourage you guys, keep going and keep it clean. Until next time, guys, keep it clean.
Thanks for joining us today. To get more info, including show notes, updates, trainings, and super cool free stuff, head over to ProfitCleaners.com. And remember, keep it clean.